Welcome back. My mind has been doing mental gymnastics this whole time,
It's a lot to take in.
trying to grasp these radical ideas.
It challenges everything we think we know.
Totally. So after all this talk about our true nature as awareness, does Astabakra give us any practical tools to actually experience this freedom he's describing?
He does, and this is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
In verse 1.13, he introduces the practice of meditation, saying, meditate on the idea. I am awareness, unity.
Okay.
Let go of the idea of separation.
So it's not just about understanding these concepts intellectually.
Right?
It's about directly experiencing them through meditation.
Exactly. Astabakra is suggesting we can use the power of our minds to shift our perception,
Okay.
to move beyond the illusion of separateness,
Right.
and realize our oneness with everything.
That makes sense. If we constantly identify with our thoughts and feelings with this limited sense of self,
Yeah,
then we're reinforcing the illusion of separation.
right.
But if we can quiet the mind and connect with that deeper awareness, we might start to experience the world differently.
Right, and in verse 1.14,
Okay.
Astabakra highlights the root of our bondage, saying, thinking I am a person has kept you bound. Realize I am awareness and be free.
It's like he's saying the very act of defining ourselves as separate individuals is what creates the experience of limitation and suffering.
And this is where meditation comes in.
Okay.
By practicing stillness and observation, we can start to loosen the grip of those limiting thoughts and beliefs and create space for a new understanding of ourselves to emerge.
Okay, so meditation is key.
Yeah.
But then in verse 1.15,
Ah.
Astabakra says something surprising.
He likes to keep us on our toes.
Meditation can keep you in bondage.
What?
You are already free, luminous, transparent, and still.
It seems like a contradiction, right?
Yeah.
But what he's pointing to here is the potential pitfall of approaching meditation with a sense of striving, of trying to achieve something we don't already have.
So it's not about using meditation as a tool to become something we're not.
Right.
It's about simply recognizing the freedom that's already present.
Exactly. The danger is that if we approach meditation with the belief that we're not already free, then we're actually reinforcing the illusion of separation.
Right.
It's like chasing after our own tail.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's about surrendering to what is, rather than trying to force ourselves into some idealized state.
And then just when I thought things couldn't get any more mind-blowing,
Yeah.
Astabakra tells us in verse 1.16,
What's next?
you are pure consciousness, the substance of the universe. The universe exists within you.
Wow.
Don't be small-minded.
That's a massive statement.
It is.
So it's not just about individual liberation.
Right.
It's about realizing our interconnectedness with the entire cosmos.
Exactly. Astabakra is inviting us to expand our sense of self beyond the limitations of our individual bodies and minds.
Okay.
And recognize our oneness with the entire universe. It's a truly radical perspective shift.
It makes you wonder if we're all expressions of this universal consciousness.
Yeah.
What are the possibilities? What kind of limitations are we placing on ourselves simply by thinking small?
It's a profound question.
It is.
And one that Astabakra encourages us to explore. In verse 1.1, he continues to paint a picture of this liberated state, saying you are unconditioned, changeless, formless, solid, unfathomable, cool, desire nothing. You are consciousness.
It's a beautiful description of a being who's completely at peace,
Yeah.
free from all striving and attachment.
And it highlights a key point.
Okay.
True freedom doesn't come from fulfilling desires. It comes from realizing that we are already complete, already whole.
It's a radical shift in perspective, isn't it?
It is.
Instead of constantly chasing after something we think we lack,
Yeah.
we can rest in the fullness of our being.
Exactly. And this leads into verse 1.18,
Okay.
where Astabakra reminds us that form is temporary, only the formless is permanent. Know this, and you won't return to illusion.
So he's saying that everything in the material world is subject to change and decay. But our true nature as formless awareness is eternal and unchanging.
It's a reminder to not get too caught up in the drama of the external world,
Yeah.
but to stay anchored in the stillness of our true being.
Okay. So we're really getting a sense of the depth and power of these teachings.
We are.
But I'm curious, how does Astabakra bridge the gap between this formless awareness and our experience of living in a world of form?
He does that beautifully in verse 1.19,
Okay.
using a powerful metaphor. The supreme self exists both within and without the body, like a mirror and its reflection.
So the mirror represents pure awareness.
Yes.
And the reflection represents the world of form, the universe as we experience it.
Precisely. Just like the mirror isn't affected by the images that appear in it, our true self isn't bound by the experiences of the world.
It's like we're witnessing the play of life unfolding on the stage of our awareness.
Yeah.
But we're not caught up in the drama itself.
And to further illustrate this point,
Okay.
Astabakra offers one final metaphor in verse 1.2d.
Lay it in me.
The timeless, all-pervasive one exists within and without, like space in a jar.
So just as space exists both inside and outside the jar,
Yeah.
our true self permeates everything, both the manifest and the unmanifest.
Exactly. We're not separate from the universe. We are the universe experiencing itself.
Wow, what a journey. Astabakra has taken us from the depths of our perceived limitations to the boundless freedom of our true nature.
It's incredible how much wisdom is packed into this one chapter.
It really is.
And it's just the beginning.
Of the Astabakra Gita's profound teachings.
Yes.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one key takeaway you hope listeners will walk away with?
For me, it's the realization that liberation is not something we achieve.
Okay.
It's something we recognize. We are already free. We just need to wake up to that truth.
And that awakening can start right here, right now, by simply shifting our attention inward.
Yes.
By connecting with that silent observer, that boundless awareness that's always present.
It's an invitation to let go of the struggle, to surrender to the flow of life,
Right.
and to experience the profound peace and freedom that comes from realizing our true nature.
So listeners, as you go about your day, we invite you to remember these teachings. Remember that you are not your thoughts, you are not your feelings, you are not your experiences.
You are that which witnesses it all.
The boundless awareness that is the source of all being. Let this understanding guide your actions, your relationships, and your experience of the world.
And remember, you are already free.
That's it for our deep dive into Chapter 1 of the Astabakra Gita. We hope this exploration has sparked a sense of curiosity and wonder within you. Until next time, keep seeking, keep questioning, and keep diving deep into the wisdom that surrounds us.